Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, February 5th, 2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Shares of Allied World Assurance Company, popularly known as AWAC, dropped yesterday by about 11.5%. The market was digesting a third consecutive quarter of rather poor results. The New York-listed carrier reported a 70% drop in fourth quarter operating earnings down to $43 million following adverse developments in its healthcare division. Allied World share price is now down 28% from its peak of $44.70 on July 22nd. They reported a $32.5 million reserve addition in the fourth quarter relating to prior year development in its North American healthcare business, primarily stemming from the medical malpractice line. Their combined ratio dipped by 17.7 percentage points year on year, down to 97%. The industry catastrophe data provider Perils, the European one, has published its first flood loss estimates for storms Frank and Eva, which hit the United Kingdom in December and January, during a period from Christmas Day to January 14th. Perils is estimating that insured losses are going to be about $767 million. Insurance Day is saying that $275 million of that is going to be picked up by Zurich Insurance, which has been really a hard luck insurer of late. The number does not include windstorm losses for the same period, which Perils say are expected to be in the low double-digit millions. Perils figures follow its previously published estimate of about $1.1 billion US of insured losses caused by Storm Desmond back in the early part of December. The government of Poland announced yesterday that it is reopening its investigation into the 2010 plane crash that killed the president of Poland at the time, Lech Kaczynski, as well as the defense minister and a host of other government dignitaries, saying that evidence is pointing to Russian involvement and that it had been covered up in the earlier inquiry. The new investigation could very obviously exacerbate Poland's already strained relations with Moscow. The president was the twin brother of Jaroslaw Kaczynski, the leader of the current governing party. Of course, the Russians' responsibility for events in the Ukraine are what is causing them Western sanctions at the moment. There was a spectacular, and is a spectacular, volcanic eruption in the southern Japanese island of Kyushu. It started yesterday. This would be volcano Sakurajima. It erupted at about 7 p.m. Local time yesterday, or actually Friday evening, which would be yesterday for Japan. Japanese TV is showing an orange burst out of the side of the volcano near the summit, accompanied by lightning-like flashes with dark gray smoke billowing into the sky. Apparently, volcanic ash is being hurtled into the area about 1.2 miles high. A no-fly zone has been put around the area, of course. Nearly 80 rescued miners have been brought to the surface currently after a gold mine collapse in northeastern South Africa. About 35 apparently still remain trapped. Executives at the small gold producer Vantage Goldfields are optimistic that the remaining 35 are going to be able to be brought up shortly. South Africa's mines are amongst the deepest and dangerous in the world. Vantage Goldfields is an Australia-based company. A 4.6 earthquake struck very close to Tokyo earlier today, shaking much of the downtown region, causing office buildings to sway. There were no reports of any injuries or damage, and certainly no reports of any tsunami risk. The Airbus A321 Somalian airliner that had to return to the Mogadishu airport 2 days ago after an explosion ripped a big hole in its side, causing one passenger to plunge out and killing 2 others, was apparently caused by TNT, i.e. dynamite. This has now been confirmed by investigators. It's not yet been claimed as an act by any terrorist group, but it's expected that it was caused by the terrorist group Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab, of course, is well known in Africa for horrible events, including the massacre at the Kenyan Garissa University College, as well as the attack at the Westwood Mall in Nairobi, Kenya, a year and a half ago. Well, on Sunday in the United States at 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time, in Santa Clara, California at Levi Stadium in California. A football game will begin. It will be the Super Bowl. It will be Super Bowl 50, 5-0, 50 years of these. The Carolina Panthers are favored to defeat the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are quarterbacked by Peyton Manning, who is 39 years old. This likely will be his last game. But what is certainly sure is that the contest Sunday night will be the last game of the National Football League 2015 season, thankfully. For those of you who might be interested, pitchers and catchers report to Major League Baseball spring training camps on the 18th of February, 13 days from now. As I speak to you, there's a major winter snowstorm belting the Philadelphia, New York metropolitan area. So it's great to be back from London where there was no snow on the ground, but it was quite cool and very windy. That's the news for today. Have a pleasant weekend. We'll see you Monday.